We're just two guys with one mission, and we've chosen to accept it for some reason. It's time to tell them what we mean, what we say.
Silly.
That was a pro-Satan movie.
Was it pro-Satan?
Yeah. At what point was it not?
I guess it wasn't anti-Satan.
It certainly was not.
It was like kind of...
And the guy who summoned the power of Satan won.
Did he? I mean, he
lived. Everybody else died.
Yeah, I guess.
I claim that as winning.
We just watched Evilspeak from 1981 with Clint Howard and Mr. Bevilacqua. From Seinfeld.
And
Donna's dad from that 70s show.
Yeah, and Luca Brasi.
Yeah, Luca Brasi, who didn't have a shirt on.
No.
It was weird.
For a majority of it.
It's
stupid.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. It was not without redeeming
10 minutes. 10 minutes redeemed it at the end. The only redeeming... It didn't redeem the film, don't get me wrong. But those were its redeeming features.
It redeemed the experience. Though they kind of immediately negated it by having that really stupid
fucking
add-on at the
text
end.
Ending. Yeah.
So the film is about this guy called Stanley Coopersmith who's going to a military academy.
Yeah.
Stanley is an orphan and he's a little bit isolated, and his only real friend is this black guy who's also at the academy, and he gets bullied a lot. Mostly because of his lack of skills on the soccer field.
Yes.
And so the bullies...
And for being an orphan.
And for
being on welfare.
What?
Being the only person at the academy who's on welfare.
Can you be on welfare if you're...
Yes, they had to start taking people like him because of budgetary restraints. So they had to take the government assistance of the welfare program student.
Oh.
This was explained in one conversation.
Okay. So anyway, the rest of the kids don't really like him for many reasons, I guess, but it kind of stems from his lack of soccer skills.
Prowess on the soccer field.
Stanley kind of wants to just play soccer because the school rules state that everyone can play, everyone should play.
Yeah.
But the kids want to win, so they take an active dislike to Stanley Coopersmith.
Yeah. A lot of bullying.
A lot of bullying, and also he kind of gets bullied by the
staff.
As well. So he's late to class one day because the students have tied his uniform up in knots.
Yep.
And he gets given a job as punishment to clean the basement of the chapel.
Yes.
And whilst he's cleaning the basement in the chapel, he comes across this hidden section. Mm-hmm. And within it is a bunch of old tomes and satanic books.
Yeah.
And he starts translating the books using the computer from, I think, Spanish? Or Latin, or some language I don't speak.
Latin.
And he realises that...
We've completely missed the intro of the film, by the way.
What's the intro of the film?
The dudes on the beach. Esteban being cast out.
Oh, we'll get to that.
We'll get to the start of the film.
Well, it's just the start of the film didn't really add anything.
Well, it's
just a mood setter.
All right, I guess.
But it's not really the main point of the story.
I guess. But it's through Esteban that he channels our dear Lord Satan.
Yeah, but we haven't got there yet.
Oh,
he's so impatient.
Well, that was the start of the film.
Yeah, but it was just a mood set. It was not the main point.
I was just mentioning that was the start of the film. And that we'd missed it.
All right.
If we're going soup to nuts on this thing, then
we're not going soup. Well, we're going what?
Soup to nuts.
Soup to nuts.
Yeah, that's a real phrase.
What does it mean?
Start to finish.
Soup to nuts.
Yeah. You can Google it if you want.
But where does it come from?
Well, the soup's first course. I guess nuts come after coffee. It's a real phrase. An American English idiom that conveys the meaning of from beginning to end. It is derived from the description of full class dinner, in which course progresses from soup to dessert of nuts.
Okay, and where did you hear this phrase? Because this is an American English
lots
phrase.
Well, I watch American TV a lot.
All right, well, I'd never heard it before, and it makes you...
So it turns out I'm right. Eat a dick ton.
All right. At the beginning of this movie, there's this guy, and he gets told by the church, "Oh, you can't be a good man anymore." And he goes, "Well, fuck it, I'm with Satan now." And then he gets a church, and he makes everyone worship Satan, and he makes a girl take her top off, and then he cuts her head off, and then the film starts. And then Stanley Cooper Smith is this guy, and he's not really good at soccer, but he wants to be good at soccer, and all his friends who are good at soccer bully him because of his lack of soccer skills. He goes to class late once because he's
been through this bit. Alright. So anyway, whilst cleaning the chapel,
he's cleaning the chapel, he finds a bunch of Satan stuff, and he realises that Satan's going to give him extra powers to get revenge on the bullies.
He certainly helps that way.
He gets picked on even more. He makes friends with the chef, the cook in the cafeteria, and the cook in the cafeteria gives him a dog, and then and then he puts the dog in the Satan area, and then the dog gets noticed by the caretaker, who's a drunk, who then threatens to assault him, and then Satan makes his neck go from one side the wrong way.
Yeah, twists his head right round.
But apparently it still needs... But there's a lot of stuff I didn't really understand in this movie.
Because the computer keeps communicating... Like, Esteban keeps communicating via the computer to Goodspeed, or whatever the fuck his name is, Cooper Smith, what he needs to enact his...
To resurrect, like to basically take possession of...
To take the power of Satan.
And it's like pretty... that's the whole thing. Like,
he has to get like consecrated wafers, he has to get blood, and then at one point... see, that's the bit I don't understand is when he kills the janitor... kills the Sarge, there's blood there, and later on it specifies that he needs human blood, but apparently not that human blood.
The Sarge? No, when he kills
the drunk dude.
Yeah, but that's not Sarge. He was just
he's called Sarge.
Oh, he's called Sarge?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I wasn't... You know, because there's military people in it, so I guess maybe I didn't really understand what was going on there.
Yeah, possibly.
Anyway, he gets revenge, and then it's a pretty bloodbathy ending with... and like this woman who works for the dean, the sergeant dean.
Like the secretary.
The secretary, she's like into Satan, but she steals
the book. Why are you
book.
rushing? Why are you so angry?
Because there's so much... I'm not... What? I'm not angry at all. I'm trying to recount what happened, but I will...
Take a breath.
No. I spent most of the movie just looking...
Playing on your phone.
I wasn't playing on my phone. I was looking up the actors, because we kept on saying for like an hour and a half, "Oh, I recognise him.
Yeah.
Oh, I recognise him."
There was a lot of that.
I recognise him.
There was a lot of that involved.
And there was one point like, "Oh, do you think that guy was Rachel's dad from Friends?" It wasn't.
No.
But it did look like him.
It did look a bit like him.
And it seemed like there was loads of other people in the movie that were from other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if we went through the entire IMDb's of everybody, we probably have seen nearly all of them in something else, I think. They all looked quite familiar.
Yeah.
But you couldn't place them.
Anyway, Satan gets resurrected.
Well, all the bullies kill Chuckle Smoke's dog.
Yeah.
First.
They kill his dog.
So he gets in a blind rage. Whilst he's doing one of his incantations,
his Latin teacher
comes down. He gets hilariously thrown into some spikes, which apparently that is the human blood that was needed, and resurrects the power of Satan.
Yeah, and then
he exacts his revenge and goes all Carrie.
Yeah, it's like Carrie. It's like Carrie.
It turns into Carrie at the end, and he enacts his revenge upon all those who wronged him.
Yeah. And then once that's done, it basically says, "Oh, we got away with it," but he's in an asylum now, very, very slowly.
Yeah, very slowly, in a very poor font.
And then he's in the computer.
Yeah, and then he's essentially the new Esteban.
Yeah, and then the film ends, and you just kind of feel a bit...
Yeah.
Not disappointed.
A lot of bollocks.
No,
I'd say disappointed, because I was expecting, especially from the opening gambit, I was expecting a lot more Satan stuff. I was expecting it to get to the Satan stuff a lot quicker.
Yeah.
And you're waiting at least an hour and a bit before that finally happens. Because you've already figured out what's eventually going to happen.
Because they wanted
to
carry
it. So it's when we get to the fireworks factory.
Yeah.
And it's just tedious, bullying, military academy nonsense for like an hour and a bit. And then eventually it goes all Carrie and fucking gets good for like 10 minutes.
And then there was this beauty contest, Miss Heavy Artillery.
Yeah, that was like the precursor to the football game they were going to play.
But where did there were no girls on the campus, right? There was like the first...
Maybe they were teachers? Because they called them like Miss Gallagher and Miss such and such. And
they seemed young for teachers, but then I guess
Have you ever seen the video "Hot for Teacher" by Van Halen? It was like that.
It was like that. It was like Hot for... It's like, imagine Hot for Teacher, but covered by Robert Zombie.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, got a bed, got a bed, got a bed, yeah.
I'm Hot Teacher, yeah. Yeah, no, I feel like we've just wasted an hour and 20 minutes, and we're entertained for about 10. I mean, I'm not gonna say it was completely terrible, because that ending was quite good, but the rest of the film was utter dog shit, frankly.
It's
Clint Howard's still acting like he was in Gentle Ben. That's what I remember him from. He's weird to look at. He can't really act properly.
He is weird to look at, yeah.
He is weird to look at, and he just can't act properly. And some of his line deliveries were really funny. He's doing his incantations and parasitic.
Yeah, so gonna be remade by Rob Zombie.
In the style of Marilyn Manson.
Yes, starring Marilyn Manson, and written by I dug myself into a corner.
You really did that, didn't you? Harmony Korine?
This is sounding quite good.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
So, Harmony Korine wrote the script, Rob Zombie directs, Marilyn Manson stars, and I hope they digitally de-age him.
Yeah. But apparently, like The Irishman, only his face and not the rest of his body, which apparently happens in The Irishman. Somebody told me yesterday.
Have you not seen The Irishman?
I haven't got around to watching it yet, no. But apparently they're de-aging the face, and there's bits where they've got their tops off and they're giving somebody a kicking. And they've de-aged the face, but they haven't de-aged the bodies. So it's like this really old man body with the young man's head on it.
I don't remember that.
That's what I was told yesterday.
I don't remember.
Which makes me want to watch it even more, because that sounds awesome.
But no, I don't remember that happening.
Oh, well, I didn't say you told me.
No, I'm just wondering, but maybe I wasn't paying attention.
Well, maybe I'll watch it and I'll just send you a screen grab.
Well, that's fine. I'm just saying I didn't remember it. I didn't think the digital de-aging looked that bad. I don't know.
God!
I didn't think the digital de-aging
This is over.
This is just like, I'd rather talk about The Irishman. That's why.
Well, I haven't seen it yet, so we can't.
Okay. I'd be actually very interested in your take on it.
Okay.
Because...
maybe I'll watch it tomorrow whilst you're doing something else.
Driving a car.
Terrifying. I'm definitely staying in the house.
I think everyone should.
It probably was.
No, I'm not so bad at driving a car. Because we went to see Silence together, and I think, even though I quite liked it and you disliked it, I think we could both agree that it was pretty depressing.
Yeah.
And
also, boring.
And I think The Irishman is very similar.
Okay. I know apparently it's way too long. I
don't know whether it was way too long. It was...
I was told at least half an hour shorter would have been a lot better. But then we both thought that about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
We could cut an hour of that movie.
Yeah, just the Brad Pitt driving scenes.
We could have cut an hour of that. It's like bloated. Anyway, Evilspeak is real stupid.
It's fucking dumb.
I don't know what else to talk about. I much prefer talking about Ron Zomba and Mazamans and
you never did pick a writer.
What?
You never did pick a writer.
We settled on Harmony Korine.
Oh, right. I thought I suggested it.
Yeah, we were working on it together. Look, I'm a big picture guy.
Oh yeah, then I just do the details, yeah. Because I'm such a details-oriented person.
That's what it says on your CV.
Yeah.
Are you saying that your CV's full of lies?
That my name's correct.
Hey, my name and date of birth are correct.
Yeah.
Oh no, my date of birth isn't. All right. Should we score this out?
Yeah.
This episode like
0, 0,
much
0,
like
0, 0, 0,
much 0. Like the movie. This episode is going to be very disappointing. Why do you think it was banned?
That's a good question. Because it's pro Satan.
You see,
early 80s, Satanic Panic, fucking PMRC.
I didn't necessarily consider it to be pro Satan.
Satan wins in the end. Satan kills everybody. The boy who's possessed by Satan lives.
I don't consider that a win.
I don't understand how you don't see that as a win.
Because he has to go to an asylum.
The power of Satan killed everybody.
Okay, hear me out. because I know what you're saying, but there's a bit...
And also, the sequel bait bit at the end, so he still exists. He still exists. He can go on to create more
but
terror.
That's not my take on it. My take on it is that Satan wasn't defeated, but it showed that if you get involved with that stuff, you will suffer the consequences of being involved. And being involved, basically...
The consequences being getting revenge... Yeah, but after having exacted your terrible revenge on everybody else... I'm saying
it's not black and white.
I'd rather go to an asylum than have a fucking pig eat me.
I don't know, maybe it's like drowning. Maybe it's really pleasant
have my what looks like porcelain head chopped off.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that. All right.
Yes, we will. The effects were fucking good.
For story, what would you give it, Steve?
Well, I mean, technically, the story is good. Terribly done, but the boy gets bullied. Boy turns to the power of Satan. Satan exacts his revenge. I don't know.
I'd say the story is half good, and it loses a point for being a gender-swapped Carrie ripoff. So I'm going to give it a 2.
Well, it's not strictly true. She's telekinetic. She's not possessed by Satan.
Okay.
Her mum thinks she is, but she's not. She's telekinetic.
Okay. So maybe I'll give it a 3 then.
It's a psychic phenomenon, not satanic phenomenon.
But it kind of felt structurally like Carrie.
Oh, very much so, yes. Bully.
But maybe it loses loses points in the creativity rather than in the story. So right down the middle, I'm going to give it a 3.
And also, Carrie doesn't win in the end. She gets imploded by her own powers.
But her hand comes out at the end.
But is that real or is that a dream? And also, he appears on the screen at the end.
Can't. Carrie. Is that a dream?
3.
Are you a dream?
3
is any of this a dream?
No, we're all one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. We've been told this.
Yeah. Boy, a drunk. So you're going to give it a 3?
A genius. Yeah, I'll go 3.
All right. What would you give it for the gore, Steve?
It's difficult. Again, not a lot of it. Some of it was fucking awful. But every now and again, there was a nice little bit.
That first bit where he comes out with the sword and then just cuts that guy's head in half, that was good. But then the next kill, the head choppy, looked fake as shit.
Unbelievably bad. And the head twist looks terrible. And the head chop at the start looks fucking terrible.
Yeah. So it's probably a 3. You're giving it a 2?
I'm going to 2.
I'll probably go for 2 as well. No, I'll give it a 3 because it's like
There's only a couple of bits that were good. The bad far outweighs the good.
Yeah, which is why it doesn't get more than a 3.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to go 2.
Okay, what would you give it for the overall?
If they were equal, it would have been 3. But there was more bad than good, so I'm going 2.
What would you give for the overall creativity of the film, Steve?
I think I'm going to go 2 again. Because, again, most of it, utter bobbins. But every now and again, they had really fucking cool shit, like him floating was awesome.
Yeah.
I liked that a lot.
I mean, I can appreciate that they were trying to do, like, all the computer stuff, and the computer graphics were the best
also,
stuff.
I'd completely forgotten about that.
The computer graphic stuff was cool.
Yeah, I would take every single bit of those computer graphics and either have them on a big backdrop whilst I was playing a concert.
Yes.
Or I would have them as my screensaver on my computer.
Yeah.
Especially as that name is mine in Spanish.
Yeah. That could be your, like, Danzig-style metal band, Steve. Have you considered that? Esteban. And that would be you.
Can you sing like this? Oh, Father. Don't you tell me to go down to the closet.
So there you go. Steve's new band is called Esteban. It sounds like Danzig.
Yeah.
And we're going to be named like the Danzig album, so it'll be like Esteban 4.
Yeah. It's not the worst idea I've ever heard.
It's really not. It's
not.
Like you just need to find.
It's a great idea. If only I knew a good guitar player. I'm sticking with 2, by the way.
Oh, you're sticking with 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to get a 2 from me as well. Just because it structurally ripped off of Carrie. It had some cool bits, but in general, like, I don't think it looked particularly great.
Pig Attack was good. Pig Attack on the lady was good. Pig Attack on everybody else was a bit stupid.
Yeah, like, I think a lot of the effects, like, suffered, but it also wasn't funny enough, and most of it was kind of boring.
Oh, none of it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way they could have improved it. Is if they'd have ratcheted up the humour, made at the very least Clint Howard a bit more of a kind of bumbly kind of person.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't very sympathetic.
No, not at all.
Like, I didn't really feel sympathy for him.
And I don't know if that's the character or that's just his face can't do that kind of nuance.
Do you think
as to garner sympathy. I think he's just got one of those faces that you just kind of want to punch. which is really hard to sympathise with.
Well, also,
as an ex-bullying victim, even I couldn't
we were both,
really...
I think we were both bullied.
Yeah, but even
At
that,
no
I
point
can't
did I go,
empathise and sympathise with
I'm
them.
immediately going to turn to Satan to get my revenge.
Well...
Not immediately, not as soon as the option came up, because let's face it, the option's always there.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie, I did consider it at points.
Okay.
I did have the Satanic Bible and I was super into metal, so...
Well...
that I thought did flash through my head a few times when I was a kid. Although younger than him.
Yeah. Not when he should have known better.
Yeah, exactly.
So I didn't really have sympathy for him. But, okay, here's the big one.
Okay.
Logical sense.
Well, as we've just discussed, when I was a kid, I thought that would have made perfect logical sense. And if you believe in old Satan and all that...
Within the movie, I think
Within
it
the
makes
movie
sense. It kind of makes sense, with a couple of exceptions.
He jumps to it a bit quickly.
Well, I don't even really mean in terms of like the way his leaps of logic work. Like, because I was reading about this last night. You know, like the South Park guys have got a method of writing that's not and then, it's therefore, but.
Right.
So, for example, the way you would describe this is
He's getting bullied.
he's getting bullied.
Therefore,
he turns to Satan, but it backfires on him. That's
which it does not in this. Asylum aside, it does not backfire on him at all.
But that would be the thing. So actually, it's quite well structured if I understand how the therefore but theorem works. I might have got it really wrong because let's face it, I ain't so bright. I ain't super genius.
I think this is more of a and then rather than a therefore.
No, I would say that structurally it kind of works out. Like everything kind
but therefore, but it doesn't work out for him. But it does work out for him.
Well, it doesn't have to be but. That doesn't have. Right. It doesn't have to be there. It can be therefore. Okay. But it can't be and then.
Okay.
It has to flow.
Yeah, I still think this is more of an and then though.
What would you say are the and then things?
Well, he's being bullied, and then he turns to Satan, and then Satan says, "You must get human blood," and then.
No, but it's not and then. It's a therefore. And then implies they are unrelated.
You could apply both.
You're not understanding the words I'm saying. Like, and then implies that they're not related.
I'm understanding the words that you're saying. I'm saying it can be explained in both ways. You can apply therefore but to it. You can also apply an and then to it.
Gotta cut this whole section out. Steve.
Do what you like with both.
So, logical sense, what would you give it for a score?
I mean, within the logic of the movie, yeah, it works. So...
Except I got one thing that really stuck out to me is like, what the hell's going on? Well, there was a few things that what the hell's going on.
The girly contest?
The girly contest? The fuck's that got to do with anything? Is it just to introduce a character so he can be humiliated in front of her? Yeah,
because then aren't they the girls that also creating conflict when they run about killing the dog? And they go, no, don't kill the dog.
Yeah, but I think
gives them a reason to be partying in the cellar.
Yeah, but they're still inconsequential. Like,
in the long run, yeah. But then isn't this entire movie inconsequential in the long run?
The secretary. I think the secretary is the biggest one. It seemed like she had the book, and then she tried to steal the jewels off the front.
The jewels!
Yeah.
Jewels! They're jewels! Yeah. Sorry, pretty got fingered.
Oh. Fucking hell, I hadn't thought
got you a bag of jewels. Yeah, and then she goes home. I think it's just...
No, but it says she was just pretty much there to take her top off and kind of... Like, I don't understand why she was in the movie.
I think she's there as a precursor of, like, this is the power of the book to engender...
Okay, but what...
Evil within beast and man.
Why did she steal the book? Why did she have a sinister register? I'm saying it didn't make any sense.
Yeah. I was agreeing with you.
Oh. It's just so weird.
That's why you don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand what you're trying to say.
I'm saying the same thing as you prick. So I guess 3. Some of it made sense, some of it didn't.
Yeah.
It's not like all of it didn't make sense.
I think a right down the middle is the right way to do that. To do that, because it's not. Yeah. Okay, and the music.
See, I think I'm going to go to you because I quite liked what there was in there, but at times it was completely out of place in certain scenes.
I mean, there was that one thing we were laughing about where he does something and then the score almost goes.
Yeah.
And then
it might as well have just gone. Ba-dum, bam, ba-dum, bam.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some of it added to it, some of it didn't, but it wasn't.
Meows were cool,
yeah.
And the choir's Satanos, Dominos.
Actually, yes, it gets an extra point for that.
Yeah,
because I like anything that's got the Satanos, Dominos choir voice. I love that shit. I want that played at my funeral.
but in general, the rest of it was pretty forgettable.
Yeah, so actually, I'm going to go down the line on that as well. I was going to go 2, but now I'm going to go 3 because you reminded me about the Satanos Dominos, which always cool.
I'm gonna go down to a 2 because I didn't really like it loses a lot of points, and the rest of it was kind of super genetic. It was super genetic,
just like Satan. So how much?
Wow,
this is going to be a lot higher than we think, isn't it? The score. I think. Before you tell me what the score is, I have not seen it. I think it's going to be higher than it should be for what we've said about it.
Well,
it was not enjoyable for the most part. The acting was terrible for the most part. It was really fucking boring for the most part. But I think somehow this is going to score about 20.
I've seen the score,
okay,
and I think it's about right.
Okay,
it's 26 out of 50.
Jesus!
So it's like barely just above average.
Yeah,
but.
The ending was, but the rest of the film really wasn't.
Yeah, but the rest of the film is well made. We've seen some real, real shit. It's like a proper movie.
True,
like
true. Yeah, I mean, what we're ripping on actually mostly is the story.
Yeah,
we're not really ripping on the film itself.
Like, I think you could watch this as an old movie, and someone.
I'm just like, yeah.
They were like, oh yeah, it was not. It was.
Yeah,
not,
you wouldn't be sat there going like, Jesus Christ, this is dog shit.
It's not Devil Hunter.
No, it's not Axe.
Yeah, it's not something that's like poorly made and is stupid. This is just stupid.
I suppose on a really basic level, you would put this in with something like, say, The Burning or something.
Yes, exactly.
Because it's kind of, a decent enough budget, it's the same kind of time frames, well enough made. It's just The Burning's fucking way better.
Yeah, The Burning was way better.
Way better. Yeah, okay. Yeah, then I guess just above average is about right.
Yes, as a score, but this is the funny thing. Would you recommend this movie, Steve?
No. I'd recommend watching the last 20 minutes.
I
think you'd get everything that you needed out of it in the last 20 minutes.
I wouldn't even bother. I'd say there's probably better Clint Howard movies, and there's...
Is there?
I don't know. What else has he been in? There's certainly... But just watch that stuff.
He's been in nearly every Ron Howard movie. So, actually, he's been in a lot better movies. It's his brother.
Wait a minute. Ron Howard's
Clint Howard's brother.
Is he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, my God. Jesus. Yeah, he's in nearly every Ron Howard movie. He's always got a cameo in them.
Is that why he's managed to have like such a long career?
I assume so, yeah.
Because he's... I mean, I don't want to rip on the guy, because like...
He was in Gentle Ben.
I mean, I grew up weird looking.
See, every time I mention that, you give me a look as though you don't know what one about.
I know what Gentle Ben is. Yeah, I know what Gentle Ben is. It's about the bear.
Yes.
And not the fun kind.
What?
Do you think that someone could digitally alter old Gentle Ben
and just
replace him with a really
big fat beady guy,
a really portly homosexual?
So you?
Yeah, I could do it. Can I get some leather straps on me?
Don't have to go that far.
Why not?
Not all bears wear bondage.
Well, I want to look the part. And I'm outside in the wilderness. I don't live in a house.
Are you on about like animal bear straps?
No.
Right. So just like bondage type stuff?
Yeah, just like a little... looking like 80s Depeche Mode, but with my physique. And then just replace all the scenes with the bears.
This episode is over. I need to go and vomit. I don't want to see that.
Well, you don't have to watch it, but I bet there's a lot of people...
No, I'm gonna. What's my boy up to? Oh God, no!
I'm saying
my eyes.
I'm saying that I think if they can put Leonardo DiCaprio in The Great Escape, then they could put me in looking like Martin Gore from Depeche Mode in Gentle Ben as the bear.
Can you have the little blonde hair as well?
Did Gentle Ben have a little blonde wig?
No, Martin Gore did. His little boy curls.
Yes.
Cool. Thing is, I will watch that.
I don't know, actually.
He did.
No, I know that Martin Gort is.
All right, okay. Do you even know who he is?
Yeah. Do you even know?
Do you even know Depeche Mode?
Do you even know bands? No, Steve. I don't know bands.
No.
Bands are stupid. Do you know what the worst band is?
Murder Junkies? Probably.
Band of Brothers.
Fuck you, I like Band of Brothers.
I've never seen it.
That's amazing.
Do you know what the worst band is? Band of Gold.
No. Coldplay.
That's not band.
There's a band.
They're not. They're a bunch of cunts.
Well, there's a distinction for you.
Alright. Don't watch Evilspeak.
Don't watch it, no. Yeah, we didn't do that.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah.
We just went on a tangent.
I still would say watch the last 20 minutes. Because then you get a bit of the boring shit where you're kind of going like, oh, yeah, he's being bullied and that. Oh, and he's getting into Satan. And then you get the Carrie ending.
Yeah, I just watched Carrie. And then imagine Clint Howard.
Oh,
what
God,
I would do is...
No, don't go there. No, do not do that. Do not do that.
You want to digitally...
Don't put that evil on me. Do not fucking do that. No. This is over. Bye.